Hello and welcome back to the Two Cams and Sam's Rugby podcast. This week we are just the two Cams as Sam is away watching the under 20s game between Scotland and England. But me and Cam are going to go through the Scotland England lineups and our predictions, and then our predictions for the other two matches this weekend, and then also a Prove Me Wrong section at the end. So, welcome, Cam.
Hello?
Are we ready to go through the teams?
Yeah, oh, I'm more than ready. Yeah, let's do this.
Right. Do you want to run through England first?
Yeah, so what was it? Ellis Genge, um, Jamie George, Carl Sinclair, Chesham, Itoje, Ludlam, Benkoe, Don Brandt. Then you got JVP at nine,
Yeah.
Marcus Smith, Hassel Collins one wing. Um, who's on the other?
Malin's
Forgot.
on the other wing.
Yes, Malins, and then
Farrell
what?
and Marchant.
Farrell, Marchant, and then Stewart at fullback.
Yeah.
That is a good team.
Very, very good team. Very much lots of form picks there. Hassel
Yeah,
Collins,
just like
especially.
Scotland.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, I was not expecting Smith and Farrell. I can't lie.
yeah. A lot of England fans have been saying that like it shouldn't be the Smith and Farrell axes.
Yeah.
They should really. It's one or the other, in my opinion, because one of them could make a really good impact from the bench. It's a bit of a waste just having them both start.
Yeah. Agreed. I think. I think it could work against certain teams. Certainly when there's going to be a lot of kicking, but up against like Tuipulotu and Hugh Jones in the centres, like
Oh yeah,
that's going to be a lot of running, and
yeah,
Owen Farrell doesn't quite offer the same like threat in running and
yeah,
stuff. So they're gonna definitely be doing different game plans to Scotland. That's for sure.
yeah. But at the same time, I don't really think the centre partnership England have is not like very defensive. Like you can tell Gregor Townsend wants to attack England with Huey Pilotu in the centres.
Yeah,
And if there was two out and out centres there for England, like either an Ollie Lawrence or Manu Tuilagi, then I think there would be a lot more secure in defence. But obviously, with Farrell there, he's a bit of a liability in defence sometimes.
yeah,
And we saw it in 2018. Remember, Hugh Jones,
straight through him.
just straight through him
Yeah,
like knife through butter.
exactly. Also, Farrell. I mean, this isn't something you ever kind of want to ask for, but Farrell could get a red trying to tackle Tuipulotu.
But he won't, will he?
He probably won't. He'll get away with it. He should get one, but he'll get away with
Yeah,
it. But
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, I can just imagine. He's so dynamic with his carrying, Sione, that we saw it
Oh no.
against Bath. Pierce Francis tried to tackle him way too high, went head on head, got knocked out. Tuipulotu was fine, but like he was lucky to only get yellow. He got banned anyway. I think he got cited and banned. So same thing could
Yeah, I
happen with
heard about
Farrell.
that.
So I think they've got to be careful with that. See if
Yeah,
his tackle school's actually done any good.
he definitely hasn't.
Such a joke.
Yeah. No,
Um,
back to that Farrell thing. I feel like he could make. I think he would if one of them was to make an impact from the bench. It would be Owen Farrell.
yeah,
Because it was a few years ago now, but remember when Wales in 2019 they had Gareth Anscombe starting. He'd play 50 minutes or so, and then you'd bring on Dan Bigger to like see the game out and control the game.
yeah,
I feel like Owen Farrell could easily be that player,
yeah. I agree.
but like you're not going to get much with like how are you going to fit in like Ollie Lawrence and Anthony Watson from the bench? Like
Yeah, it's just gonna be
it's a bit of
probably take off one of the tens and Olo Lawrence onto centre, or just switch Marchant out. But it's just not very
yeah,
exciting that. Um, and certainly with Farrell's form at the moment at 10 for Saracens, he has been playing very well, and
yeah.
he'd
He
be the
has been
type of
playing
guy
very
that
good.
would come on, create a try or two in the last 20 minutes if everything was going for him. So yeah, it's interesting they've gone for both at the same time.
Yes, and then Ollie Chesham in second row. Obviously, he plays for Tigers. Uh, Pride of Sleaford. Whereabouts? That's where I'm from.
Nice,
Which
nice.
is awesome. Yeah, it's deserved to be fair. He's been very good for Tigers this year. Um, Tigers haven't been all that great, but he's been one of the standouts. And obviously next to Itoje, I think he's going to be very, very good.
Yeah. Is he is he good in the line out, stealing line out ball?
Chesham, yeah, he's very tall. He might be the tallest player in the England team.
Right. Got to watch out for him then, because
Yeah,
Scotland's two second rows that are starting are both like line out specialists pretty much.
yeah,
Um,
lineups are going to be interesting.
so as long as we don't do our usual just chuck it from the hooker to the guy stood at the front of the line out and back to the hooker again, and just get tackled into touch, which we seem to do at least once
I don't
every
know again.
single Test
When did we do
match.
that? Was that we did one? We did that against
We did.
Argentina, and
I
you're
think
like,
Argentina had 12
"What are we
men,
doing?"
and we did it against them.
And then we conceded.
Yeah. But I mean, I understand doing it once maybe just to like keep the opposition aware, but
But we kept doing
it
it.
doesn't
We
work.
kept
We
doing it.
always do it.
No,
Yeah, we should be
I
doing
think
proper lineouts.
I've seen it work once against Italy in 2021. Dave Cherry made a
Yeah,
break down the
yeah,
wing. It was insane.
that's about it. Um, I think the front row on the bench for England is quite interesting. I don't know much about Jack Walker, admittedly, but Vunipola and
Yeah, same.
Cole are either going to come on and do a really good job in the scrum, or they're going to be total liabilities.
Yeah, but I feel like Dan Cole and Vunipola, they'll make a bigger impact from the bench than our props
Oh yeah, for
replacements
sure.
will. Because I'm not confident in Simon Bergen at all.
Yeah, he.
I'm not really sure why he's been put in the squad.
Well, Xander they said still isn't fit, but should be next week. Um,
Yeah,
and
there is a
Bergen
certain
has
there's a
been
certain
playing, but he's not
but
been
he plays for
starting.
Edinburgh. Yeah.
No, he plays for Glasgow at the moment. But
Oh
he's,
shit, I'm an idiot.
yeah, he doesn't start though.
No, no,
He's
no. Yeah,
barely been playing, and yeah, I don't know. He hasn't been brilliant in the scrums. I can't lie, but Batty on the other hand has actually been really, really good all season. So I can imagine
yeah. I
Batty will
heard.
come on,
Yeah,
but I could also see Nell staying on for 75, 80 because he did that against Saracens the other day, won a scrum penalty in the last play. So I can't really knock
I
it.
know, but it's WP. No, yeah, that's probably the only 75 minutes he'll play all season.
I'm not sure. I think he's got it in the tank, mate.
So if he can do it, then I'll be more than welcome
He only
to it.
needs to do it for 1 week. Then Xander's back, and he can go back to the bench.
Yeah. No. But also, there's Fraser Brown on the bench for us.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure. I feel like he's not gonna. I think he's managed to put himself back in the squad like very well. He was very good in the autumn when he played,
yeah,
but I don't think he's going to make that much of an impact from the bench. He's not going to be like the Ewan Ashman impact. He's not going to be
yeah.
that.
I agree. He probably won't make the same impact in that sense of like you and Ashman. You could see him, making some sort of break or scoring a try off a maul or something. But Fraser Brown has been playing very well. He scored, I think, 2 tries.
Oh yeah,
Did he score? I can't remember. He played well against the Dragons, that's for sure.
yeah.
And he, he's very experienced. I think he's better than Jack Walker. Having not seen much of him, I just assume Fraser Brown is better than Jack Walker.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I don't know who Jack Walker plays for.
I think it's Quinn's.
To be fair, Sam would know.
Sam would know if Sam was here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, either way, we know he's not going to be as strong because England have like 3 of their first choice hookers out. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Should we move on to the Scotland team briefly then?
Yeah. Sure. Let's do it.
Right. So
I feel like the main thing to talk about here.
obviously,
We would,
Huey
obviously Huey
Pilotti.
Pilotti.
Yeah.
We have to talk
We
about
have
it.
to. I mean,
I am.
having created the word itself, we have to talk about it. This
Yes.
has been prophesized since November, since I merged the 2 words together and created this beautiful nickname. It's been coming.
Oh,
I mean, I actually didn't expect it to come for Scotland back in the time. I just wanted to see it for Glasgow, but here we are.
no, they've been playing superb together for Glasgow,
Yeah,
and they've deservedly been put into the 15 and are starting.
I'm very, very excited. I've put a fiver on Hugh Jones scoring because I see it
He
happening.
loves to try against England,
He
though,
loves to
doesn't he?
try against England.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think, yeah, as long as we get the ball we need, they're going to, with Finn pulling the strings, it's just going to be
Oh,
mayhem. Absolute mayhem.
literally. What a Ben White and Finn Russell, 9
I
and
mean,
10.
just imagine a
And
line out where they just pass it off the line out to Duhan, who just runs. get a clean ball with like the two flankers off the back of the line out, pass it out to Finn, or pass it out to Sione, pass it back to Finn, who then just puts Hugh on a line with like Stain and Hogg outside them. Like it's
It
England the
could
toast.
it could be the it could be the recipe for like an absolute like classic
Yeah,
because like it is that I absolutely love this centre partnership.
yeah.
They're so
I
good,
mean, we've seen
and
them destroy the Storm as the previous URC champions. Like it was
literally,
nothing. It's very very exciting.
I know, and obviously Luke Crosby is selected.
Rewarded for his form.
Yeah, yeah, I suppose. I'm honestly not 100% sure how I feel about that.
I I like that he's playing. I think he should be in the 23 based on how he's been playing. I just would have personally gone Ferguson at 6 and
Yeah,
Dempsey at 8. I just think that seemed to work in the autumn when it was on. Um,
yeah.
but I mean, Crosby will have a good game. That's for sure. He's
I
very
think he
physical.
could. You could either have a good game or an absolute stinker and be hooked off at half time.
I don't see that happening, but I do see him coming off, or one of them. No, probably Crosby would be the one to come off.
It will be. I think it will be Crosby.
Yeah, and then switch to how I thought it would start.
Yeah,
Um, Obviously, it's a big job for Matt Fakeson back at number 8. He's not been playing there loads, but he
he's always
doesn't
so
put a
good.
foot wrong. Yeah, he's just been absolutely class for Scotland recently.
I know.
Um,
He's become very underrated, like amongst like all eights in the world.
yeah, yeah. Last couple of Six Nations, he's been putting out stats above and equal to pretty much all the other number 8s. Certainly in the British Isles, maybe not when you add in Gregory Aldrich because he's just a beast.
Oh
But
yeah, he's like he's the
I think
anomaly.
before the Lions, certainly that 2021 Six Nations tournament, Matt Fakeson was outplaying all the other 8s. He was outplaying Falatau, he was outplaying Conan, he was outplaying. I'm not sure if Doris was playing, but whoever England had at that point, Vunipola, probably, he was outplaying him.
Yeah.
Didn't get rewarded for the Lions, which I thought was pretty harsh, but he might
I
have been
thought,
injured actually. But either
yeah, but I
way,
felt at the same time.
he's
Yeah,
just gonna run and run and tackle and tackle and tackle. That's all he does. He's just a
yeah,
workhorse that does everything perfectly.
yeah. He loves a step as well in the tackle.
Yeah.
Stepping number 8. You don't get many of them.
And then we got to talk about it. Ali Price not playing.
I, I'm surprised he's done it this
Very
early.
surprised.
I thought he would have given him the chance and then hooked him out, but he's not even giving him the chance.
Yeah.
But I'm very happy that George Horn is on the bench because he has been so good for Glasgow this season.
Yeah. Certainly. I think if it's really close and we're behind, then George Horn is a brilliant, brilliant person to have on that bench because he's going to come on and just spark the game into life. He will come
Oh,
on and he'll
definitely.
be trying to make breaks, speed up the ruck ball. He's just so everywhere. He's got so much energy. He's so just keeps going. He doesn't ever run out. He's so fast. So that's very exciting for him to be on the bench.
Yeah. No, obviously the impact Jack Dempsey will make from the bench as well.
Yeah.
That's going to be huge.
And Chris Harris, obviously, now that he's not starting, he hasn't been on the bench for a while, but
No, he
he
hasn't.
works off the bench. Both of our centres
Yes.
that are starting can play either position, so he can come on and they can shift to 12, he can go to 13, or he can cover the wing, which I'm less keen on, but it's an opportunity. Like, he can do it. I mean, Kinghorn would probably
Yeah.
be the better option, but yeah.
Yeah. Now, speaking of Kinghorn, obviously no Ben Healy, which
Yeah,
I'm not really that surprised about.
no.
But but Blair Kinghorn as a 22, it leads you to. But he is going to be our 10 replacement for the Six Nations, and that's how Gregor Townsend sees him still.
Yeah, certainly, certainly, yeah, with the way they're picking the centres, you kind of have to go with Kinghorn. Um, and yeah, I don't know if he'll come on for Finn. I don't see Townsend needing to take Finn off at all, unless he's injured, obviously. But Kinghorn could be an unused sub potentially, or he'll come on
Yeah,
the wing. I don't really see Townsend making the decision to take Finn off, unless of course Finn is playing really, really badly, but that's quite
I
unlikely.
doubt it.
Yeah, that
I
doesn't really
doubt it.
happen. Um, and then Carl Stein
Yes,
finally
on the wing,
on the wing.
get in there, on the right wing too.
Yep, he's gonna. I think he's gonna have a great game.
He he genuinely could. I just hope. Obviously, he's against Hassel Collins. It's going to be a tough matchup,
Yeah,
but like Carl Stein has been excellent for Glasgow.
yeah,
Obviously, he's now the captain. He's got that leadership
yeah. His
element about him as
leadership
well.
is pretty damn good.
Yeah, Townsend mentioned it the other day, didn't he?
Yeah, in their little video.
Yeah, no, he's been so good for Glasgow this season, but we just have to see how he gets on versus Hassel Collins. To be fair,
Yeah, he. You don't expect it when you see him play, but he has all the skills you need to be a winger. He
yeah,
has a step, he has the speed, he has a good fend, he's got great hands, he can kick the ball through, he takes high balls, and it's just like sometimes you think of him as like not in the same like level as like your Darcy Graham, and he isn't quite as good as Darcy Graham, but
yeah,
he could still easily get the ball in one on one, step the man going in the corner. Like
yeah. He's an amazing option to have.
he's
Obviously,
he's
because
so
Darcy
good.
Graham's injured.
Yeah,
I'm just happy Townsend's not found a way to put Blair Kinghorn on the wing.
yes. I think the 2 or 3 games that Blair played there for Edinburgh showed it's not a good option
Yeah,
to start. He just wasn't convincing at all. Lots of just kind of cutting inside, running sideways, and then passing the ball, not really offering
yeah.
himself as a running threat.
He should never have been put started playing the 10 in the first place because like I'm sort of worried now that he's not got the same skill set as what he had when he was
Yeah,
playing like on the wing or at fullback.
yeah, it's changed his mindset definitely in how he approaches the line. He used to just
Yeah,
run with the ball and get tackled or try and step someone or whatever, like make some breaks. Whereas now it's like he's trying to play make, but if he's not a
yeah, but
10,
he's
then
on the
it doesn't
wing.
really work.
Yeah,
So yeah, not too sure about how he's gonna do realistically, but hopefully he plays well. That's all I say.
if he comes on, if
Yeah,
he comes
if
on.
he comes on, he should play well. Right. So should we move on to predictions just for the other matches? Just scoreline predictions.
We need to do a wee prediction for this game first, don't we? Well, should we save that one till last, the big one?
We'll save it to the end. We'll save it to the end.
Yes. Okay,
Right.
so obviously, should we start with Italy France?
I'd say that's the easier one to start with.
Yeah, I think France are going to win.
Yeah, France are going to win. I don't think that was really up for debate.
Yeah,
I think it's just the margin. Um, I think I've
I
got on
think
my Super Brew predictor something like 21 or 28 points. Um, I don't think France are going to run away with it massively. Like,
yeah.
they might get to 35-point difference or something, but I don't think it's likely. Um, but yeah, I don't see it being close at all.
I think it depends what Italy side turns up. Like we've seen in the past, they have beaten France, like in like recent history
Mm,
in Italy.
yeah,
Obviously, I mean 2013, it was 10 years ago, but
quite a while.
it's a very good Italy team
Yeah,
right now, and it's much better than the Italy team back then. But at the same time, this France squad is it's almost unplayable.
yes,
Like
yeah.
they're very difficult to play against because they can sort of change their playing style with ease.
I think the Italians missing out on Paolo Garbisi is going to really hurt them. Um, I think we're going to see a lot of passes given to Capozzo, just expecting him to kind of make
Yeah,
something out of nothing. Um, but Italy are a smart team. They're a good team. Um, they're going to get out-muscled in the forward pack and outplayed in the backs, but they'll probably still score a try or two. And
yeah,
Tommaso Allen can kick them around the
yeah,
place, so they'll do all right, but they're not going to win.
yeah. I
It's going to be
think
damage limitation.
yeah, I think Italy will get 2 tries,
Yep.
and I think the final score is going to be around the sort of like 37-14 to France.
Yeah, something like that, I think.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like an absolute battering,
No.
but I think France's class is just going to show, and they're just going to be way better.
Yeah. I think whenever France, try something, like properly try a move or a few phases, and they get the ball through the hands of the forwards, like pull in defenders, then send out wide through the hands to like Peno on the wing and stuff like that. The Italians are going to be all over the place, and it's not going
Yeah,
to end well for them.
yeah, yeah. And obviously you got like Dupont running every single
Yeah,
support line
Dupont will be
possible.
everywhere.
It just comes out of nowhere. I don't get it.
Right, Ireland, Wales. I reckon this one could be a bit contentious between us. Um,
Oh, this could lead somewhere now, but I think I, I'm sorry, but the Principality or Millennium Stadium. I'm calling it the Millennium Stadium
yeah,
because Principality is such a crap name, but it's going to be absolutely bouncing. Like the fans are going to be up for it. The players are going to be up for it. First game back under Gatland, obviously, he's got a superb record in the Six Nations. I think and it's not even a bad team either. You've got the likes of Jack Morgan. Rio Dyer's been selected, which is
it's quite
very good
exciting.
because yeah, he's very exciting. He's going to bring something completely different to the back line. But I think Wales could win. I think they will win, actually.
Okay. Well, I think Wales are going to definitely take it close. Um, I think Gatland's game plan of kind of kicking, and he's pretty much said he's gonna try and take them on in the forward pack. He's gonna try and outmuscle Ireland. Ireland don't have tag furlong. Um, so if Wales can get parity in the forward pack, then they can get close, I'd say. But
Yeah,
I think Ireland, their systems, their players, just the way they dominate the rucks, the way they move their backs around and just put players in space. Gary Ringrose is on fire at the moment. You get Gary Ringrose running into any sort of space, any sort of unorganised defence with anyone near him on his support. I think that's a try against that Welsh team.
yeah,
Um, but I do think Wales will, certainly in the first half at least, will be in it. They'll definitely be there. Um, it's not going to be like Ireland just being able to execute their game plan as they like to. Wales definitely going to put up a big fight.
yeah.
But I do think
I
Ireland
think
will win by 10 or more, I think.
I think Wales are just gonna. It's gonna do it one or two ways. All right, it's gonna be what you said, or Wales are gonna try and chip away at Ireland because Sexton could easily have one of them days where, like, he's just not at it whatsoever. He's not getting any kicks. Like nothing, anything he's doing, it just isn't working.
Those are very rare.
So
I mean, they do happen in Six
it's been
Nations,
it's
but
been a
it's
few,
rare.
yeah, it's been a few years, but
Yeah,
it is rare.
yeah.
But like that could easily happen,
Mm,
but I don't think it will.
right.
But at the same time, it's really hard for me to call because I've been backing Wales for ages, and they've actually picked a really good squad.
Yeah,
But Ireland they're superb.
yeah.
Like, but
Well, that one will be settled at the weekend. I think
it's going to be a very good
you'll
game.
have to
I
transfer me
think
money for a pint if I'm right, and I'll transfer you if I'm wrong.
I'll say Wales win by 2.
Okay.
It'll be a close game.
All right. Right now, we're going to move on to the Prove Me Wrong section, which is a new thing we're going to try out. Where basically, we're going to say something that we kind of expect to happen, but we don't want to happen. We'd like to see something different to what we think is going to happen, basically. Just make it more exciting. So I'm going to start, and I'm basically going to say I think England are going to mainly box kick a lot, like a lot. Barely do any running with the ball, and just try and use their wingers in the air, and try and use their 10s just to kick, and their 9s to kick. But I'd like to be proven wrong, and I'd like to see Marcus Smith, putting players through spaces, getting the ball into Ollie Hassel-Collins' hands, and trying to take it to us with a running game.
Yeah, there is a huge possibility that they could target like Stuart Hogg
Mm.
and Duan van der Merwe because they're not particularly the strongest like in the air.
Yep.
Um, it's just like can JVP nail his
Yeah.
kicks,
Well, I
and
think
I think he will.
Borthwick loves the box kick game plan,
Oh yeah,
so it's the kind of expected thing, and I'd love to see them just do something different. Obviously, they need to box kick at times, but just play more.
yeah.
Right.
No,
On to
okay.
yours.
So I think Ollie Hassel-Collins is going to have an absolute stormer.
Yep.
Obviously, I don't want him to. I want this to be proven wrong, but he's been so consistent for Irish. Not even just this season, but like the past couple of years or so. He's just been superb.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think if Carl Stein is, if they're both, it's two wingers that play against each other who have both been on very good form. If Carl Stein has a very good game, then Ollie Collins might not have as good of a game.
yeah.
It's just, yeah,
I think I didn't quite realize this until the other day, but Hassel Collins is like a similar size to Duhan.
yeah, he's really tall.
Yeah, I didn't quite
Maybe not,
realize he was the same kind of
yeah,
league of winger in that sense.
yeah, he's a bit more like footwork
Yeah,
based there.
but he's a similar height, similar weight, just
Yeah,
different
yeah,
build.
yeah. No, I think he could have a very good game.
Right, and so now we're going to move on to the final issue to decide, which is our predictions for Scotland England. The final score predictions. I guess I should go first.
Yeah, sure.
Generally, it doesn't go, apart from 2019, doesn't go really that far past 20 points. Um, I think it's going to be Scotland 24, England 20.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, I think it's going to be in the 20s.
Mhm.
The score like that has been the past like couple of years or so,
Yeah.
apart from 2021.
2021 was
But
lower. Yeah.
yeah, but we dominated.
Yeah. Could have been a lot
Yeah,
more.
definitely. But we still won, so I don't care. Um, I think it's really difficult to call because I don't know what England side is going to turn up.
Mhm.
Like I think I know how Scotland are going to play. Like they're going to use the centres a lot, and they're going to go through Finn Russell a lot. But with England, it's very unpredictable, especially with Smith and Farrell. But I'd say Scotland 22, England 19.
Okay. Pretty similar. Pretty similar.
Yeah,
Well, I think that's very doable, and I hope we see it. So
definitely.
fingers crossed. All right. So that's all for this week's episode. Um, Unfortunately, Sam wasn't here. We are probably going to record another one early next week with him after all the matches and see how badly wrong we were. Um, but I hope you enjoyed, and that is all for this episode. So we'll see you next time. Goodbye.